What's good, everybody? Sta'immy here, joined by my good friend Sta'immy, and today we're going to be recapping the ANZ finals that happened last weekend. This was the Spring Championship, and turned out to be a bit of a cracker, don't you think?
Absolute cracker. I mean, so many teams just performing to their absolute best. And I mean, it was just so good to see. And all these games, I mean, you guys are in for a shocker today. We're going to be recapping just like Sta'immy said.
Yeah, so game one was actually between Negative Synergy and Override, and these are two big powerhouses in the scene. Definitely Negative Synergy, the hotly tipped favourites. They've been around for the very longest out of any team leading up to this finals.
Yes, Override comprising of a couple of famous players, I guess you could say, in the ANZ region. We do have Shy, we had KVA, and Demise as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so all of these players are from very big teams, Shy being part of Iron White last year, and KVA being part of Exile 5 as well.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of experience on both sides. It's going to be a case of who has the better synergy, whether it's negative or positive, to see how this game, or this best of three series, shapes out. And here we go for the very first game of the day of the series between Negative Synergy going up against Override here on Dragonshire. And to kick things off on the left-hand side, it's going to be Desperts playing Malfury, and Li Ming being played by Benjamin94. Session is on Zeratul, Ninja on Fausted, and to round things out, ETC is being played by Robodoba.
And on the right-hand side, we do have Override, Shy playing Jaina, John on Raina, Luminum on Rhaegar, KVA on Muradin, Demise on Sonya. So going to be an exciting one here. The first game of the day. Sta'immy, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so excited between these two teams because they are such big powerhouses in the scene. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do stack up against one another. Negative Synergy, definitely the hotly tipped favourites, but definitely nothing to take away from the guys from Override. They do have so much synergy as well. And here we go. We see a bit of a scuffle going off at level 1. The root goes. That doesn't get out, but the power slide goes across, and it's instantly Demise taken out. There goes the Rhaegar as well, potentially. And Ninja does finish off the kill there. And that's the exact perfect start that they wanted there. Negative Synergy. 2 kills to start things off.
Indeed. Real nice pick there. Just going straight for what they like there. They're really feeling nice and aggressive there. And what we're going to see now, Sta'immy, I'm assuming, is just a lot of pressure coming out of Li Ming. A lot of range being pulled out of her, and she's just going to be so aggressive on those towers, even after the nerf.
Yeah, well, I mean, Li Ming just does so much siege damage. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and rotate between lanes to get as much value out of it as possible. They've already taken out one tower, as you can see there. And how they're going to try and weave this in with Zeratul, I'm going to be very curious, because Zeratul usually is a weak laner, and it affects your other lanes as a result. But they're doing pretty well so far, already a half level of lead.
Yeah, indeed. Well, that probably comes with the Felstad flying up and down between the lanes, but Sonya is doing a good job soaking up there as well. Do see the shrines coming up, activating in about 5 seconds. So we're going to really see the top and bottom be the focus of the power until they can cap those. So that's going to be what we're going to be looking out for. But I mean, look at what Benjamin is doing. This is exactly what we're talking about. Massive siege damage.
Yes, I mean, as I said, they took out the first tower in mid lane. They've taken out potentially the bottom one too. They have actually. And KVA's coming down for a roam. They're trying to force something. Demise is already capped top. And essentially you've got the bottom cap, so it's all about rotations on this map, all about your comms, how on point they are, and if you can out-rotate the enemy, then you're going to be getting that dragon every single time. So we do look into the mid lane, and it is actually going to be Session as Zeratul laning up against Muradin, probably the best matchup for him, because Muradin isn't really going to pressure him that much whatsoever. So they're going to be chilling off in this mid lane, and it's going to be a back and forth here in the top lane. Ninja going up against Demise. Demise already chunked a half, and Ninja just waddles there and picks up the shrine.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have a pretty good time up there, let's be fair. Felstad, no stranger to danger. There's gonna be a barrel roll out of those situations. For those who don't know, it's just a short cooldown there that he just rolls out. But all Session looking to try and make a cheeky take there, but KVA saving that Thunderclap very smartly indeed, managing to stop that. So he's gonna be sticking around there. But look at Shy at the moment, trying to cap this bot lane, not having much luck, and I think it's really the poke control coming out of Benjamin and the innovate. Such a strong combo to have that in the bot lane. Sorry.
Yeah, well, when you're giving it to Li Ming, she can really spam, and spam she is, because look at that, she has no fear of just chucking those out because of the innovate already on demand. Second tower nearly has dropped, but they do finally end up picking up the shrine in the top lane. Not actually make it go neutral, but Ninja just walks straight back to it because the lane is always pressed.
Yeah, very hard to do. We've discussed this already, and look, they've got control again. So it's really up to the Zeratul here to just kind of pressure around, keep the Muradin there, and Muradin can't leave. So that's a very annoying situation. I mean, they're stuck down here, dealing with the siege damage, and KVA's just like, you know what, I have to soak. We're behind in XP as well. So not the best situation to be for in Override, but I mean, a good character to be mid to stop the Dragon Control. We do actually see Robodoba, Benjamin, and the rest roll up now. Malfurion we're closely by rather, and Session actually looking to get the first Dragon. That's very exciting stuff. Yeah, the rotation was just so on point, and like you're saying before, Mirrodin really getting hampered here by being stuck in mid lane. He has the CC that can bring to the table, and especially against Dasperts and Benjamin 94, who is on Li Ming. Such a squishy target, you can really blow somebody out with the combo of Jaina and Reyna in your wings, and not doing the combo justice right now. So yeah, Negative Synergy picked things off. They hit level 7 first as well. They've taken out mid lane already. They've broken the first 2 towers leading into the fort here, and they may just pick this one up for free. Yeah, I mean, they're in an alright situation. They got a bit of damage in the bot lane there. John and Shy, they're going to be able to pump the Session down very low very quickly. Of course, they do have a bit of a follow-up themselves with the damage that they can pump out in a short period of time. So it actually looks like they are going to get that. Not pressing that, pretty interesting. But fair enough, you know, you don't want to get too close. But ooh, laying in the damage now. But Session, of course, is Zeratul. Oh, there he goes. Just as I was going to say, he's probably just going to blink off. Just such a shame. He is invis though. Here we go. This is pretty interesting. KVA's going to jump across. He does go into Session. Doesn't need to chuck at the stun, but it does connect or land anyway. And Session does die as a casualty. Demise rocking up slightly too late to the party to try and stop them on that easy camp. They do pick it up, and Robodoba gets a cheeky little regrowth on him. Yeah, he did manage to slip out, but that was a nice wee pick there from KVA. I mean, he managed to go, and he saw the opportunity there, jumped over, got that clap off. Not the thing he needed though, got that stun off, and that really secured the kill. Robodoba though, talking about kills, he's being a bit risky here. Gonna be trying to, you know, pressure this easy camp, but the whole team is here. Are they gonna be able to get a pick? Nice stun by KVA, but no, they choose to actually opt out, not knowing where Zeratul is. Yeah, well look how aggressive they played. Zeratul was nowhere near. He was coming back from base. Fausted was stuck in top lane. He looked like he had no intentions of coming down, but they played so aggressively. And you say when you're in that fog of war, you don't know if it is 2 members or 5 members. So they definitely had the mentality and the edge psychologically to sort of press them there, and here we go. Level 10 is not too far away now. They are a full level advantage. Session is chilling in the top lane with Ninja, and they do go straight into Demise, taking so much damage. I don't know if he has well available to him, but he is definitely going to have to recall by the signs of that Hearthstone animation. Yeah, it actually looks like Sonya picking up ferocious healing as well, so that's quite interesting. Popping that rage to get the healing back, so she's going to be using that to stay in lane against that Falstad all that much longer for the side, but level 10 is now being picked up, and look at Benjamin and stuff at the bottom lane, picking up that hard camp. And of course, Override have a response of their own. Nice wee wall placement there, just for that wee bit of vision, just in case they're coming over the wall, so that's quite a nice play by Luminum. Yeah, so they do know that they're level 10, so they don't want Zeratul to come in with a Void Prison and, you know, kick off the advantage that they have. But, you know, interestingly enough, I mean, looking at these talents, Cleanse has not been taken by Malfurion, despite the amount of CC they have from, say, from a Rhaegar, from a Jaina, and from a Mirrodin. A lot of CC, a lot of slows and stuns available to them, but I mean, whilst this has all gone on again, they've been out-rotated once more. Session picked up the second dragon. Yeah, and this is going to be scary for them because they are only just hitting level 10. But nonetheless, a second Dragonite for them now. Of course, you're going to be a bit scared, a bit cautious here as to how you fight this. And of course, Benjamin's going to start pumping through that power now. You don't want to overextend. You know, you're just going to get blown up. Falstad actually talking about this now. He's not actually there in the team fight, so he is responding to the top lane. Of course, he is going to be able to fly down. Getting nice soak up there, but the fight looks to be somewhat progressing here. Session pushing away one of the members of Override, and KVA, you know, they just forced to back off. Demise, one of their main damage dealers on the team. It's such a strong piece in the puzzle there, I guess you could say, in those team fights. And look at that, just pushing away. Very nice control by Negative Synergy. Yes, I mean, Sonya having no luck in the mid lane is forced now to go to top to try and respond to Ninja. Ninja had no intentions once again of coming down. He's really pressing that global advantage that they have, and they're trying to snowball that lead that they have with this XP advantage. So they're doing a great job so far. Session picking up the second full in the mid lane now, and well, Negative Synergy, they're doing so well so far. It's up to Override to try and get on even talent levels whilst they are next to level 12. I mean, I just want to comment again on the Dragon Knight. That was very well used. A lot of worth coming out of that. But oh, look at this. This is a bit risky here, don't you think? KVA and stuff walking to get this easy camp. Potentially could grab it though. A lot of damage coming out nice and early. Session coming in, looking to respond here, doing a bit of damage of his own, getting dropped quite low though. And oh, a mighty gust! Here comes Robinova coming in with the ETC, 5-man box! Oh my god, damage being pumped out, Ninja coming in with a response of his own. A lot of damage, and here comes the Hyperion, going so low, and here comes the lead being burst, dropping shy of the VP onto Sonya. You are going nowhere, and indeed he is going to go down promptly after that drop. My lord, Skimmy.
What a fight,
Woo.
what a fight. That is what ETC dreams of, landing 5-man mosh pits. And I mean,
The first game as well.
first game that really asserts the sort of dominance and the sort of the minds that they had going into this game. They're feeling so very confident. What a way to start things off. That's definitely got the mentality and the mood of the players up and amped. So, well, I mean, that's exactly what Li Ming wants. She wants resets for days, and resets for days is what she got. Only person that didn't drop was Rhaegar. And they're going to be quite happy to give up 2 siege golems in exchange for 4 kills.
Yeah, I mean, massive plays there where obviously 5-man mosh, perfect case scenario, and they just pulled it off fantastically. Ninja promptly gusting out, seeing the opportunity. That's pretty much what you have to do as Felstead, you know, see the opportunity. A lot of Felstead players aren't so good at that, but obviously these are the best teams in ANZ, and he just showed that, you know, we want to win this. 5-man mosh, bam, there it goes. So very, very well played by Negative Synergy. Just getting a bit caught out there, unfortunately, Override. But let's see how they respond to this pressure here. That's just been...
Well, there we go. 3 members hanging around in the bot side. Session taking a very deep route. And he is going to scout out Shy, coming past a former teammate, actually. Used
Pings
to be
go out, though.
on Immunity. There goes the ping as well. As you mentioned, they do know that something is up. You can see that slight shimmer. And once again, they do have the cap on both the Shrine. Session looking to pick up a third
Session.
dragon. He's on point, and this is exactly what you need on Dragon Shy. You need to have rotations, and you need to have those comms down to a fine art.
It's just working fantastically for them, isn't it? I mean, Session here. Oh, here it comes. Oh, nice sweet cleanse there. I think that was a cleanse. Very, very nice. Just pulling him straight. I didn't even know you could do that. It's fantastic. And that's why I'm a caster, not one of these fantastic gamers here. But oh, nice sweet damage being pumped out by John, just saying, no, get back out of this fight you go. Session trying to push some people out there, but he's just being a bit CC'd himself. A lot of damage being pumped out, and they are just playing so aggressive. I mean, every Dragonaut they've had, they're really doing a good job of keeping the health up, keeping enemies at bay, and nice, look at that nice kick over the bridge there.
Well, yeah, they're playing very systematically. You've seen they went with the first dragon in the bot lane, they took out the fort there, they went mid, they did the same there, and they've gone to the top now, so the entire map is just cleaned out. All that's remaining now are the 3 keeps on the map for that right-hand side, so Override in a pretty desperate situation right now. They are on even talent footings, despite being 2 levels down. This is when they need to be trying to force engagements. They just haven't been able to find the right fight, and it's been Negative Synergy's game and strategy executed fine.
Yeah, I suppose you could say they're playing quite reactively to Negative Synergy, so never really a situation you want to be in. We've talked about this quite a lot as well in our games, even with co-casters and stuff, so, you know, there's a big tilt factor when you start playing reactively, I think, but you know, I don't think they're out of this one just yet. You know, they've still got a bit of fight in them, and Override are fantastic players themselves. You know, a couple of players on Override have actually been in the tournaments last year. They've been around since Alpha, so they're no strangers to this. And as we're talking about this, KVA jumping in, trying to get a stun, actually gets that off on old Falstad there, and VP coming out by Session. This is a bit of a weird fight here. Avatar being popped by Muradin, going quite low. Shy quite low as well. Nice ancestral healing there, coming out onto Muradin to save him, but he's just not really doing anything in this fight. Nice mighty gust getting dropped quite low, and Hyperion pumping away that whole time, but the healing by Malfurion so high, and look at KVA going so low again. Is he going to be alright? Yes, he is. But man, they have taken so much damage, and they haven't got much to trade there. Demise getting taken so low. Is he going to get out? Nice, we spin. No, you cannot. And KVA getting taken down eventually as well. Unfortunate there.
Oh, they were chasing so very aggressively. They were really hunting for that reset, and Benjamin finally did get it. That allowed for the second kill to be picked up as well. But I saw Session there in the later stages of that team fight that broke out there by the Shrine. He actually got zoned by the water. They had to do a full swing around to try and reset things, and that definitely didn't aid to the fight being as quickly and as swiftly ended.
Do you think it seems like maybe they don't quite have the damage to put up with what Negative Synergy is doing, being Override, you know? They just, I mean, we saw it there, all the ultimates came out, the Hyperion was out the whole time, they were constantly trying to do the damage, but they were just always full health and just always healing. Malfurion doing such
Yeah,
a
well, I
good
mean,
job.
Negative Synergy have been around arguably for the longest time of any existing team in the competitive scene for ANZ right now, so these guys definitely trust one another. They have the communication down to a finite. You can see them weaving in and out and doing things as a squad. And here we go once again. Faust is straight to the top lane.
Don't tell me.
Already clocked on there. Session in the mid lane. This is a familiar spot for him. Is this a fourth dragon? John's coming. The penetrating round just a little bit too late. And that's the fourth dragon. I mean, this is really Negative Synergy's game to fight for. They're playing it so very well. This is a great way to start things off and get your tournament campaign for the Spring Championship started. But Override, like you said, they've just been on the back foot all game. They're trying to really clock onto this number, but they don't seem to have the answers right now.
Yeah, I mean, after 1 or 2 Dragon Knights, you know, you'd feel a bit fatigued to a degree, wouldn't you? And I mean, they haven't been able to trade much out of their own, but they're actually looking to apply a bit of pressure here, actually. So KVA taking a bit of damage, but a lot of shielding on him there. Just going to negate all of that.
Yeah, we can see they're trying to force things. KVA's definitely trying to go in there and say, come on team, let's do something. You know, we're on even talent levels. We're going to lose the game if we just keep sitting back and waiting for them to come to us. There they go. Session picks up the keep now. That was already weakened from the previous siege. And I don't know what must be going on in that Override's team speak right now, because I say they're playing from behind. They need to make something happen. I don't know if they can be able to survive until level 20 if Negative Synergy keep it up.
Yeah, and the thing is, all these towers that they're fighting under don't actually have that much ammo left. So it's like you're not really fighting under towers anymore. It's a lot of the pressure of having the towers is negated, as it were. So Session, and they all know this, you know, they're just walking on in. If Session gets taken out, the knockback will push the team away, making them so safe. And of course he's zero tool, so you can't feel much more safe than that, really, can you? And with a VP, you can't really go wrong. So, you know, I feel like Negative Synergy, they're obviously in a really comfortable situation. It's just, I'm wondering if Override can come back. They've got camps to reset, of course, so that's going to bring some pressure back. What do you think they can do here?
Well, I say they are going to pick up the Merc camp whilst we have this interval. I mean, looking at this damage, 40,000 damage starving coming out of Li Ming. Benjamin is an absolute monster on that hero, and there's no reason why that should be allowed through the drafting stage. Here we go. They actually do pick up the Knights. They're going to go and invade on Negative Synergy. The Mighty Gus. Wonderful play there by Ninja to stop them coming in. They do finally pick it up. They're going into a bit of a trap. They go straight on towards Robert. There goes the VP as well. Doesn't actually get a mosh pit, but Benjamin over the flank of the corner doing so much work. He is the teleport build, so he doesn't do as much siege damage as possible. Is stunned out now. There goes the root as well. The root actually has the increased duration and the length. So that is just absolutely huge, picking up 2 kills straight off the bat there. They're chasing for more. Ninja's looking for Shy. Shy's running away desperately, doesn't connect with the hammer. But KVA runs out and allows his passive to do so much work. It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's actually a trap. Benjamin 94, man, he's just pumping out that damage, and it just shows the power of Li Ming. How when the cooldowns reset, chucked out that last just obliterating orb there. Just actually took them out, and it just shows you just can't clump up like that. And the fights are really going in Negative Synergy's favour. I mean, we've seen a couple of fights out in the open, and they've been a bit more slow. But when they're all clumped up like that, I find it, for Negative Synergy, that's what they want, you know? Li Ming can have all these chances to hop around and just do the damage that she needs, get the shielding, take a bit of damage, hop in, hop out. It's perfect for her, you know? She's, like you said, with the entangling roots, increased radius and duration of the CC, that's really going to help them in those choky points. So I'm not quite sure if it's the best place for them to fight, but I'm sure they have their own reasons for that.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting in choke spots for that exact reason. Usually you'd be seeing Jaina wanting to fight in those sort of spots because she can just lay out so much damage. But
I mean,
it seems to be, look at that zone, yeah, a huge area that just cannot be entered. And, I mean, you just hate to wonder what this would have been like if he'd gone, say, a magic missile build on Li Ming. But, I mean, it looks like another fight may be breaking out. Ninja's coming on the side. Is a Mighty Gus going to be taken just yet? No, it isn't! The fight breaks out straight away. Jaina, deleted, gone from the game. The healer's on top of Robodoba. The root doesn't connect onto Demise, but they're turning their attention onto KVA now. He's forced to jump away. They're turning away, back onto Demise, I should say. And the VP with the bomb on top. He's going to be slowed as soon as he exits that one. There goes the root. There goes the disintegrate, doing so much damage. Robot is super low. The storm shield coming out as well, keeping everyone topped up. The Mighty Gus saying, KD, you cannot expend, you cannot leave the banana horseshoe. And there's the final kill session. Finishes off the clean ace. That's a 5-man ace. 20 to level 17. Oh, that's a good way to start your campaign off.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say here, Sta'immy, they're not coming back from this one. Massive first game. And look at the damage, Skimmy, 62,000. I thought she was nerfed. But nah, I think You know, in all respect to Li Bing in this game, she played her role fantastically from the get-go with the siege damage. Surprisingly, actually, Zeratul doing quite a fair bit himself. Oh, actually, being the Dragon.
Being the Dragon, he did do a fair bit, but I say, when you're looking against a Reyna that's doing 28k and your counterpart Wizard as Jaina doing 19, you have to wonder, how to Override come back for the second game? Here we go, game 2 of the series between Negative Synergy and Override, and we're going to kick things off here now on Black Hearts Bay. Well, it's 1-0 in the series to Negative Synergy, and kicking things off with those guys on the left-hand side is Benjamin94 playing Greymane, Ninja is on Zagara, Daspert's playing Ufa, Robodobo on Diablo, and Session on his Zeratul.
And on the right-hand side with Override, we do see Shy playing Tassadar, Demise playing Sonya again, Luminum playing Rhaegar, John playing Jaina, and KVA playing Muradin. Quite a similar team comp to what we saw last game. So actually trading out the Tassadar for, I believe, what was that, the Reyna last game? So
it was Reyna, only one change to this comp, but I mean, there's a few changes that have happened to Negative Synergy. They've decided not to go for the global presence here.
But I mean, they've got Zagara, and Zagara is such a strong champion, or a hero, I guess you could say. And in this game, or in this particular map, a lot of control in that bot lane is going to be picked up by Ninja. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We all know how PvE orientated this map can get. So I feel like Zagara, quite naturally a good PvE, but Tassadar as well, quite good himself.
Yeah, Tassadar, a pretty neutral laner, but I mean, there's not many people that can go toe-to-toe against the Zagara, if any. I'd say probably Thrall, to name a few. And there's definitely no Thrall in this game, but they do clear the top lane as Override. They do now go towards this first doubloons chest, but it looks like they're going to be picking it up. A lot of damage going on to Benjamin94. He does get a full Blizzard combo. They do punt away KVA, so no stun can connect. And Benjamin does get to live from that one. But in the bottom hand side, as we were mentioning, Zagara, such a powerhouse, gets 5 coins for himself.
Yeah, interestingly enough, though, he is quite low on mana already, but Session
look what Session is doing. He's hanging in the wings. He knows that a rotate's already coming through, and rightly so. He sees Demise. He's spotted him. He blinks out, and now there goes the bomb. There goes the slow Ninja doing a bit of attention on him as well, but they're looking just to get a free hand in, and there's 8 coins already being deposited.
Yeah, that's just a safe play, really. You want to get them out of the way, and then when someone just goes and kills a random camp, 2 coins, hand in, it's not so bad, is it? So they're going to continue collecting up their coins. Session's got 1, Robodoba's got 1, bringing the total to believe on their team. Yep, 2 in the bottom right hand corner, as you can see there for anyone who's watching. So they're in a comfortable position, and the shots that are fired certainly do the damage, don't they, skimming to those structures?
They certainly do, and there's a big argument really on this map as to the best strategy to go for. A lot of the times, once you are leading the game, you can just PvE to win. You can just pick up mercs, and you can just keep handing in coins until you've destroyed every structure, because it does put a timer on towards the game. So
yeah, quite like Towers of Doom, you could say. It puts a limit on the game, and you can only go for so long as the shots permit, I guess. And kind of like Towers, they're going to run out of ammo sometime, aren't they? And then they'll get destroyed. So Session doing the deed, handing in his last 2 coins out of 3 actually, so he's got 1 left over. And those 12 shots are going to be firing away into that mid lane there, dealing a massive amount of damage. And Demise's response, or I guess you could say Override's response to that, is they're going to grab an easy camp for the bot lane to kind of counteract the pressure that's happening down there with the Zagara. Yeah,
pretty standard stuff. Once level 4 has been acquired, you usually have somebody take that sort of jungle role, as we've seen in League of Legends, and they'd go off and start taking out merc camps. So that is going to be Sonya in this position. Zeratul can't do it as easily himself, but does have Ninja to back him up. And, levels are pretty equal. Level 6 has been acquired, but it's not much of a difference at this stage. Both the towers in the spot hand side for Override are out of ammo, and that's what Zagara can really do. So they are going to keep Demise here for just a second. It is going to be a 2v2 matchup. They might actually punch on Demise. He's going to be so grateful that grapple didn't connect. He would have definitely been minced beef there, but
he might have been able to do a situation. Tassadar's quite a good combination to have down with Sonya, so I'm sure they'll be pretty safe down there, to be fair.
Tassadar arguably a counter to Zeratul, whether or not that's the reason they take it. But Tassadar just still such a all-rounder pick anyway.
Yeah, of course. And with the vision as well, it's just going to be fantastic. But that being said, they're doing a good job, Override, keeping a bit close to this game. Obviously with the XP League last game, they're always quite behind in a sense. So they're playing the catch-up game. throughout the game. But you know, that being said, they have negative synergy. They have got the first shots fired, and they haven't been able to hand in any coins themselves. They do have 8. So I guess to a degree they are semi-behind, but they're doing good and keeping it ahead of the, in time with the XP, I guess you could say. But you know what? Negative synergy, they're playing quite aggressive. They've been getting all the chests so far. They're just going to continue on and fight under them pretty much.
Well, there we go. It looks like Demise is hungry for blood. They do decide to jump in. A bit of a scuffle is going off. The stun connects onto Robodobo. That's not the person you want to be focusing. The tank is the last person you want to be focusing, but they turn things back around. He dashes out. Or I should say Benjamin94 dashes out of that. There's so much damage going to Session. Desperate with the clutch Holy Light to keep him topped up. He would have surely have fallen had that not successfully landed. But I mean, I like the pressure from this comp from Negative Synergy. They have so many tumors in this bot hand side, as you can see there. Gives you so much vision for 1, incoming ganks, and 2, you're just too scared to actually do anything on the map yourself because they will always be able to see where you're at.
I think a good thing Negative Synergy is doing, and just talking about the creep, is that, you know, it's the worst thing as a Zagara is getting your creep destroyed, and they're doing a good job at keeping Override occupied in the other lanes, you know, and not allowing them to go and clear creep, all these things. It's allowing them a really nice passage through the bottom section of the map. They can go and take enemy camps, do that sort of thing. So I'm sure they're feeling quite confident at the moment, and of course they're going to see the rotates.
There we go. So I mean, this is what I was saying before. Because they have all these tumors, they clocked onto that straight away. And Session, being the invisible target that he is, he can just come in and scout that as well. He has 2 coins. Demise has 8. He would have definitely been liking to pick that one up. But Desperts all the while was handing in coins at the second bomb of the game. And what I'm really looking at is the fact that Ninja's picked up the increased size on those tumors. Usually you wouldn't see that on a map such as this. Usually it's on the smaller maps like Dragon Shot or Tomb of the Spider Queen, but he's opted for this one. It's going to use so much vision, but look at Robodobo! He does get picked off. 4 members is going to be all it takes to take out the big Diablo, the Lord of Terror himself, and they may decide to punch on here.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll feel pretty comfortable coming in. Here comes Session as a response to this. A lot of damage coming out. Oh, Session and a 2-man more. Going to slow that down. Nice VP. Look at that control.
Beautiful VP. That's all that they need. 10 coins on Demise. He does not want to die. KD jumps out. He might just live on a sliver of health, but he does drop before that passive can kick in, and rightly so. Demise, I think the comm was made that get Demise out. If you lose 10 coins, that is so much momentum you lose as a team, and you're just playing catch up once again.
That control though in that fight, just the nice VP control, and Shy actually, sorry, getting completely distracted by myself there, getting taken out nice and properly.
Oh, they've clocked onto Demise. I don't know why he actually went to go for the hand in there, but now 10 coins are surely lost. Luminum, I don't know what you have up your sleeve. He doesn't have Ancestral left, and the Lightning Breath on top of the rest of the team's pressure there is going to allow 10 coins to be deposited into the pockets there of Negative Synergy, and they go, sweet, let's hand in another few coins.
My, that is not what you want. I mean, we were just talking about it as well, how he needed to get out of there. They invested so much in that fight, actually letting Demise get out with that Ancestral healing, getting out of that VP, just running away, and all for that. I mean, that's just such a shame, but they really wanted to get their hand, and I'm sure they're going to be feeling that one, of course. The towers and all of that are just going to get blown up now. The damage is real from these shots that are fired, and shots have certainly been fired, Sta'immy.
Yeah, well, I say we're looking at the talents, and Ring of Frost was actually taken by Janus, so she's really looking to try and combo this as well as she can, and just blow a target straight away. Whether or not Water Elemental would have been the better choice, that's up to us to see as these fights do start to break out. But look at this, 4 members of Negative Synergy, all stacked in the bot hand side. They're going straight towards this. The bombs are going to come out, and they're going to keep pressing their advantage. But Override, as a 5-man unit, have all put their attention to the top lane. It may be a boss call, despite... Oh, no, they are actually backing now. Yeah, I wasn't too convinced with that boss call there. Yeah. It wasn't the best option, given that they're going to hit level 13 on Negative Synergy, and they would lose a keep.
Yeah, and they definitely would lose it. They'd be up there for quite a period of time. Oh, nice sweet trap there. Oh, big combo coming out. Ring of Frost not actually being that effective, though, of course. Big 4-man VP and Robot. Oh, nice. More to come and cover up over top of that. Robot taking a lot of damage himself. Nice ancestral healing. Actually, already had quite a lot of health, so not 100% effective there, but the control certainly being real there.
Wow, Negative Synergy are just so on top of it with these ultimates. I mean, the VP went out, sure, it negated a lot of that damage from Lightning Breath, but look how long Diablo stood there. He just tanked everything. And then they had the Maw on top of that as well. And they're just picking off individual targets. They're playing this comp to such perfection.
The timing with the ultimates, the VP's dropping, and they're just dropping the Maw straight away, just maintaining the CC and the momentum that they have in the fight. You know, with the targets that remain out, of course, with your 5 players, no matter who it is, you can snipe them. If it's a Muradin, if it's a Sonya, even if it's a Rhaegar with his Ancestral Spirit, or Ancestral Healing, sorry. You know, you can take these targets down. It's not impossible. It's essentially very easily achieved when you've got all these ultimates. So you're 100% right, Sta'immy. CC has been very well achieved so far.
Yeah, another 10 coins given to Negative Synergy. They've just been clocking onto these chests all day and every single day. And well, Override's response was to pick up that Night Camp in towards the top lane. And Negative Synergy are going to respond by taking their own one now. But they are grouped as 4. Muradin in the bot lane pushing that one back. And they're trying to get level 13. They do pick it up now. This is when they need to be looking for fights. Once again, they can't let this one take too long. They can't play reactively, or the game is going to be ended on a timer. Once again, they need to start making things happen. I don't believe they've actually got a single hand in so far.
Yeah, they haven't indeed. I mean, we did see Demise lose those 10 coins before, and that was just absolutely atrocious for them in terms of the momentum in the game. Completely losing out on that PvE advantage that we were talking about before. So, I mean, it's not something you want to lose in this game because it's quite steamrolly, and I think we've talked about this before, Sta'immy, in past games, so it really makes it scary, but a lot of damage coming out of this burst.
That's Negative Synergy. They're making such big plays right now. He is forced to pop the Divine Shield on himself. He segregates himself from the rest of the team. They turn their attention down to Robodoba. He does pop, but he has a 4-second respawn timer. Not the best target to kill. Benjamin still punching on. Session jumps in for just a second, and he does tease KVA, who does get the shield in the end, but he does force the fight to back off. Knights were pushing on this top lane the entire time as they took out the own ones from Override, and once again, a bit of a scuffle.
You know what, this isn't that bad for Negative Synergy because they've still got the level advantage, they've got the coins, and Override, they don't have the amount of coins they need to hand in. They soon will, but I mean, they're just waiting for cooldowns. They're waiting for the Divine Shield. They've got the burning flame, the burning mouth of the Diablo, whatever that's called again.
The lightning breath.
The lightning breath, sorry. Yeah, the lightning breath of Diablo is going to be coming up very shortly as well, so they can afford to kind of mess around and wait for these picks to come and wait for them to come to them. Play reactively, just as we were talking about in the past.
Look at this. Shy still locked up in this top hand side of the map. I think Override smelt that something was going on. Yep, as Negative Synergy was stuck around there with all that vision, with all that pressure that they have, they just got another hand in. Once again, that's going to be the first keep now dropping as a result of this. And this is a very familiar situation for the boys from NS as they now punch on towards the bot lane.
Yeah, they're going to be feeling fairly confident. I mean, Override, I think they need to make something happen here. They don't want to be playing reactively anymore. They need to make a fight go in their favor, but how they do that, that's anyone's guess. So Demise taking the front line, of course, and KVA waiting eagerly, trying to find a target to pick off. Waiting for some sort of opportunity. Nice damage here coming out under Robodoba, trying to get the Lord of Terror out indeed. Nice Ring of Frost coming out and dealing damage. Nice Divine Shield indeed. KVA taking the bulk of the damage though. Ancestral Healing being used to keep him up, and that, you know what, they're just going to disengage.
Yeah, well, they're trying to force something, especially under their own keep. They want to desperately get that comeback XP and get their foot back in the door for this game, but you know, once again, they're going towards Robodoba. It's the only target they seem to be able to connect with, and he's putting himself in that sort of situation for a purpose.
He doesn't really mind.
That's what tanks are meant to be there for.
And he's got the Divine Shield. I mean, you've got, he's already got it actually. Uther's got the Benediction. He's going to be able to heal like crazy.
But look how patiently they play. They had no reason to panic and just chuck out a Void Prison. They had no reason to chuck out the Maw. They just played to their strengths. They know what they need to do, and they say, well, you know, we don't need to overcommit. Nothing's going to actually eventuate off this fight. They do spot Session there, but he doesn't seem to care as a result. Invisible or not, he is going to go in. There goes the bomb, and there goes the Void Prison onto 2 crucial targets, and they're going to snipe this one straight away. They do punt out John. They instantly blow up Rhaegar, and now they turn on to Shy, who's usually an elusive target on that Tessadar, but he's also going to drop. Invulnerability has been popped for the first time. Benjamin swipes and kills, and now they go on towards KVA. They're still hunting for blood. Lightning Breath, is it going to be enough? KVA does get sniped out eventually there by Session. It's a 3-for-none exchange. They're starving.
Oh, nice Maw actually picking up another one of the characters. Is he going to get taken out to my solo? Ring of Frost! Doing so much damage. John managing to pick up 2 kills. Big clutch play. Session going solo as well.
Wow.
Is John going to go after it? This is a bit risky. What do you know?
The juke there. The juke, the fancy sidestepping there by Session. I think he does actually take dancing classes.
Yeah, dancing all over the floor.
Dirty dancing
heroes.
#2 with Session here, and that was a big play by him, I'm sure. But once again, 5 coins in the top, in the bot, and they're going to pick those ones up. And as we said before at the very start of the game, it's PvE time. It's time to just hand in those coins and just let the mercenary ship from the evil pirate do his work.
Yeah, let's go to a dungeon, let's go to a raid, 5-man, and let's get some coins and hand them in. Get some tier gear there. They're going to be rolling on in. And Ninja's got himself 9 coins. He's balling there. And Overeye looking to pick up some coins himself. Session balling himself 10 coins. Damn, Session looking real good over there. He's going to be trying to hand in pretty soon. But they don't need to feel scared. Overeye have no coins. Just like I said, Sta'immy. They're just going to be walking around, prancing around, trying to get their coins. But I mean, in this situation, what can they do, Sta'immy? Tell me, enlighten me about Overeye's situation here.
Well, I mean, they've been chasing a tail all game. They've been trying to find something, but then they end up getting pressed back. I mean, it's really up to them to try and get a pick, try and force a misplay.
Maybe the
out of
Diablo
negative synergy.
focus isn't the best idea?
The Diablo focus, it seems a bit sort of panicky. It seems as if, like, you know, there's a target, let's try and blow it up. Diablo, very happy to sort of be in those situations, and he has the trust that Despots will give him the heals and shields when needed, but you know, it just seems like they've always been chasing this game, trying to make things happen. And once again, Shy playing so aggressively. Thankfully, he is on Tesla. He does pop the force wall to try and prevent anything actually happening there. But you know, they're trying to hand in coins. 32 coins collectively on negative synergy. This is definitely when Demise and the rest of the crew want to smash a fight and pick up that comeback XP as well as those coins.
Yeah, they've got a easy camp pushing in the bot lane, but of course...
Here we go, this is exactly what they need to be doing right now. The easy camp is going to be picked up, and they're still coming in. They need to try and force something. The force wall doesn't connect with anyone, unfortunately. But I like the idea, this is what they need to do. They need to up the ante and start making things happen.
Yeah, keep applying the pressure, try and get those picks off. They need some of those coins for themselves. And they're starting to clear that creep. Very nice, so they're going to be very low on the vision here. Caviar maybe spotting Session, it's out of position. Is he? No! Almost gets that stun. That could have been a potential kill, so I'm sure he's feeling the grit of that one. And oh, the wild. Just as I was about to mention, before that fight almost broke out, Sta'immy, the hard camp's been pushing top the whole time, so not exactly what you want, Caviar.
Oh, they are actually split. Ninja trying to hand in 10, handing 11, I should say. There's a big fight. Robo, though, but actually going to get the one once again at the very last minute. The heals aren't going to be there afterwards. He does get dropped. He doesn't have enough souls to resurrect, but Ninja does actually get the 11 coins in Session. Ninja's another coin in himself as well. He gets the hell out of there. And they say, cool, we don't care if Rob dies because we get another hand in.
I think what they were actually doing there was actually trying to kind of bait it. Like when they
delay.
When they had realized, sure, he didn't want to die initially, but once they realized they were stuck in that fight, the Divine Shield came out. He just kind of stood there. He's like, you know what, try and kill me. Come on, come on, come on. And it gave them enough time to get their hand in. To be honest, that was the play there.
Oh, this is going to be a third keep once again. You know, you almost wonder if they're trying to force the aggression and put the pressure on a little bit too late. Oh, every single lane is going to be pressed. Demise hanging around by this boss pit just to check, I would say. I think if he was to go and try and start that boss, that would be definitely a throw pit. But Session is there. He is scoping it out. And I love this. I love how Session is up there waiting, because if they were to start boss, he can VP and it would give, hopefully, enough time for the boys from Negative Synergy to respond.
But I mean, all the while, you're going to have this camp in the bottom lane. Override in such a scary situation here, but they're pumping on the damage on the boss. They're probably going to be able to get this. But all the while, Shy! Oh, a bit of a scary situation. A lot of damage being pumped out onto him. And here come, oh my lord, Negative Synergy already coming down to deal with this last building. Are they going to get there in time? They need to get there now. The boss is just being picked up, however. Caviar coming in with a response here. Is he going to get a stun off? No, just missing that bolt. Doesn't have that off CD quite just yet, mate. Just tossing himself in there just after the stun was used. So pretty interesting there. But he's eager. That's what matters.
He thought his presence alone would be enough to scare the rest of the Negative Synergy off. He'll claim that, I'm sure, saying, hey, they ran away because I jumped in.
Yeah, exactly.
And, well, the boss is going to be pushing on. Big MLG plays indeed, and even though there's no MLG circle.
Whoa,
But
and
here comes the fight. KVA jumps in a 4-man Void Prism. That's absolutely huge. KVA doesn't want to wander into that. But I'm sure Moore's going to come out as well. Lightning Breath. There goes the Moore. Only onto Jaina, but that's a great target to connect with. Benjamin 94 is still swiping. He does evade the Ring of Frost. He does pick up the snipe on towards Jaina. So very patient. He's dived into the very back line. The Divine Shield finally connects. He's going to be so tanky. He cannot die. He's trying to 1v1 Luminum now. So much stuff is going on. He is actually going to dance away. He's playing with death, but Luminum is going to smack him with his claws, and he's going to take him out. Swiper, no swiping. And it looks like, well, this is exactly what Override want. Look at the XP. Level 20 for level 20. Boss is knocking on the door of their top side. And they do actually win that engagement.
Yeah, that was interesting. And, I mean, they got a lot of worth out of that. There's a lot of damage being pumped out onto their core, though, that they need to be careful of. So Rhaegar's gone back, smartly so, and going to be dealing with that. Popping up some shields on that. So that's going to be negating the damage. Always what you want as well. The chest now spawning, and they're going to be able to get their first hand in. So, geez, that's going to be fantastic for them. Going to relieve that pressure, and now they can start their PvE rotation, I guess, as it were. Going from point to point, getting these coins. They might actually have enough for another hand in after they get this chest. I believe they might actually, they might actually have enough.
Yeah, so it's going to start here in the mid fault to get that started. And I believe it will then rotate down into the bottom hand side. So they have quite a bit of work to try and get themselves back into this game before they can start taking out keeps and own. And I mean, the boss only really scraped the keep there in the top hand side, but rightfully so. It's opened a passageway if they were to win a deciding fight to take the game. They do pick up the knights now, which do work. Negative Synergy have no intention of taking their own. They are hanging around, and this is where they exactly need to be. Coins are so precious at this late stage of the game. Nearly 20 minutes into this one, they need to hang on to these coins, because as soon as somebody dies, a 45-second, a 50-second respawn timer, it's enough
and
for
at this
the team
point
to end.
for Team Override, it'd be GG.
Oh, they are actually handing in, but Negative Synergy don't care at all, except Session. A bit of hesitation by him to actually split off. They are leading the way towards this core. Golems are already doing so much work. The shield is breaking down. They actually are beginning the siege on towards this. They're beginning the big fight. They're going straight towards this, down to 80%. John's coming in from the left-hand side. The lightning breath. The ball to 3 people. So much damage. Ninja gets topped up. The VP is the ball. That's the game.
Taking the series 2-0. Override getting... that was just so sad to see. The CC at the end there really controlling the game. I mean, they did that the whole game around. We commented on here and there. Fantastic way to end the game, though. Just applying the pressure. They had to hand in, though. That was the thing. They couldn't let Negative Synergy hand in. So it was either they hand in, or they go back, or they fight.
Once again, I say they went for the hand in, but they got out-rotated, and the CC was just so calm and collective. The VP, the more they lock up so many targets, and 2 people cannot take down a 5-man siege. We look at the damage they're coming out, 42k coming out of Diablo as a tank. That's the power of Lightning Breath. Despite the 5 deaths, he did his job as a tank, and Negative Synergy do advance in the winner's bracket.